I think Max was fucking of mice and men outside the studio after they stopped filming.
Yeah, they
I
said,
think they just felt
hey,
bad.
everyone likes Goofy. If we do a sequel, we'll just get a guy who looks like you. We're just gonna kill you right now. Oh.
Hey, welcome guys, welcome back to the fucking Bad Take Delete podcast, also known as the Mike Peking podcast. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the show.
You just caught us at a good time. We just exercised 27 demons from JJ
Yeah.
over here. We don't know how
Just
he
got
got
all of them out. Just spit them out like fucking Gotenks in Dragon Ball Z.
So if we didn't even capture them, we just kind of like exercised them. So there might be some objects that.
Oh
might be
yeah, that's
cursed.
gonna cause a lot of issues down the line. That is something that we're gonna have to eventually tackle.
Eventually.
But until then, yeah, we'll wait for it.
There's actually a scarier thing that's going to be going on in the world.
Yeah?
Have you seen it? It's Grimace's birthday shake.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. It's fucking. Have you had it by the way? Before we start,
No, just
it's
didn't know.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
What does it
I'll
taste
be
like?
honest, it tastes pretty good. It's like vanilla, but it has like a little berry taste. That's the best way of describing it. It's like it kind of tastes like the fucking dust of a Fruit Loop mixed in
Oh.
with vanilla.
That sounds very interesting. I wonder how they came up with that.
Probably put the dust of a Fruit Loop into milkshake.
Some mad scientists trying. It's like you know that story about flaming hot Cheetos and how the Hulu movie's not real at all.
Really?
Yeah, he lied about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good.
They even showcased the movie at the White House, the American one, to clarify in case we still haven't looked up to see if there are any other White Houses. Biden was like, "We're gonna go watch the flaming hot Cheeto movie." That's not even an impression. That's just me saying it weirdly. And yeah, he just lied about it. Yeah.
That's how he talks. That's Biden talks. That's a pretty accurate impression.
But Grimace's birthday shake has been having a recent trend on TikTok and Twitter. A transition from TikTok to Twitter, where people would drink the shake and then cut a few seconds later and they're dead or throwing up. And the official Grimace response about it was like, I think him covering his eyes.
Wait, they responded to it like with something actually? I thought they would have just ignored it.
Yeah, I think it was just something as simple as him covering his eyes, where it's like me not looking up the TikTok trend.
Oh wow.
Because how are you
Poor
supposed to respond
Grimace,
to that,
man.
you know?
Yeah, we were just talking about him last time. We made like the Game Boy game, so like he was on a hot streak. And now everyone's fucking keeling over dead.
Yeah.
That's going to affect the sales a little bit. Maybe in a good way though. Maybe in a good way.
And some people have asked, hey, is this thing actually kill people? Which is a very funny thing to ask about any drink. Is this really going to kill
I don't
them?
like when you ask that. McDonald's says, guys, audience, McDonald's doesn't like when you ask them if their food's going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So, just keep that in mind.
You know what makes me hungry for the future?
What?
Futurama.
Hell yeah.
There it is. Okay. Do you want to lead us into that subject?
Dude, fuck yeah. Have you got, so obviously I'm sure you guys are aware of what Futurama is, but if you don't know, they had the fucking ad for the new Hulu series, the revival that's coming out, which is just
Season 11?
so yeah,
mean,
season 11, it's just they're really going in the way of the Simpsons, man. Season 11, they don't give a fuck. Fuck it, just put it out, put a new sticker on it, call it Fulu. Right? I think that's like the in-universe.
Yeah, I think they got bought out by... Well, we don't know this because we only saw a trailer. They probably got bought out by another company because originally in Bender's Big Score, the first Futurama movie, they were bought out by Box, Box
Yeah.
Entertainment. And they had a logo
Yeah,
where it's like Fox. He's like, oh, that's what it means.
I can't wait for the witty commentary on streaming services.
Well, we did see some very informative commentary about COVID 2020 or 3023, I guess, and crypto.
Oh god.
The show has always been topical. I mean, back in the 2000s, they had an episode about fucking Napster. So it's not as if
Yeah.
you can complain that it's like, oh, they weren't always doing modern thing. In the revival season 5, they had an iPhone parody. Come on.
Yeah, the shut up, give me your money. Shut up and take my money. That's like the biggest bit that people remember.
And so for this, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, I kind of give them a pass because, like, how long has this been in production? Do we know?
Once they release it, they'll probably have some interviews. They'll have some animators come out and say, hey, we've been working on this 2018 or 2020 or whatever. So I'm guessing if they're doing crypto stuff, 2020, maybe 3 years in writing. I'm gonna guess that because they mentioned crypto specifically, but that could have been an episode they wrote later down the line. While they make the show consecutively, that doesn't mean they finish each episode and then work on the next episode. There's always there's always new episodes being written, storyboard and everything. So I'm gonna say 2020. What's your guess?
I would say like between 2020 and 2021. I think like the whole I think John DiMaggio, who was like very hesitant about joining, probably pushed everything back. They probably had ideas for the episodes that they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Had to wait for all that to start going on, and even though the topic by that point had already passed, they just still did it.
And that's fine. I mean, it's a show about the future, So might as well see how the future takes the same thing, but make it modern commentary. Yay! Don't you like commentary?
Are we gonna throw a spoiler warning on that one?
Why? It's a trailer.
No, that Futurama takes place in the future.
Oh yeah. Spoiler. Rewind it and don't watch this part. In more important news, way more important news. You like Infinity Train? That show that got like 4 books and then got canceled forever.
Every day you ask me a question that's going to get me eaten alive by your audience, and the answer is I have not watched much of Infinity Train. I saw like one thing they did when it first was being a pilot. I've never watched beyond that.
That's fine. Who cares about this show? Among Us is the new animated show from the same people who made Infinity Train.
I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch that. Yeah, for sure.
The thing about Infinity Train to Among Us, since everything got canceled, everything got moved off the platform, they started some adult shows. Max has come out of the state. Max, I mean, the people behind it, the company isn't like a being that speaks going like, yes, I've declared this. No, the people behind Max said, oh, we love adult animation. It's great. It's a new renaissance on this platform because Velma earned a lot of money. You know, not just viewers.
Ugh.
Say what you will, but if that's what it took to give us more adult animated shows, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like Among Us.
You gotta take them. Take them when you get them.
Just kidding. Among Us is going to be made by CBS Studios, which means that it'll probably air on Paramount Plus first, and then be shopped around to Netflix, and then it'll eventually come to Max. That's what I'm
so
guessing.
Weird. What would you even make with the fucking Among Us show? Like, the whole concept is, like, done in one episode.
Black comedy
thriller? On CBS? I don't know about that.
I can see that.
It's going to make a lot of fucking...
Remember when people were saying, how do we make an Angry Birds movie? And they produced a very good film.
You know, the truth is, I don't know a time when anyone ever asked how you make an Angry Birds movie. I just know that it existed.
When they announced they're making an Angry Birds movie, people said, what? What's the story? You just fling birds.
That's not going to work unless you have Ian and Anthony from Smosh do a short cameo. Wait a second!
But then, with Among Us, I saw the new FNAF trailer. We're not going to talk about the new FNAF trailer in depth. But the FNAF trailer, there's like this wall of previous workers, and they're streamers, and people who talked about the game that got a lot of views for them. And it's like, oh, that's nice. That's fun.
Tell me Matt Pat was on that wall, please.
The guy who he pointed to his face and said, that's me, covered up most of the wall. And so if Matt Pat's not on there, I'm guessing he's going to be a big old cameo that dies in the first few minutes or something.
He has to be a conspiracy theorist that shows up for like 2 seconds. Matt Pat took Five Nights at Freddy's and fucking that bitch rode on his back for fucking 5 years.
If
Are you kidding me?
Anything, even creative consultants, he needs to be part of that movie.
Shit. He should be a fucking executive producer, that guy. He Five Nights at Freddy's, I swear to God, people underestimate how fucking big an impact that son of a bitch had. You could hate him or whatever. He would not shut the fuck up. Even today, he puts out videos fucking like last week about it.
Because they still keep making the games. And that's great. Matt Pat, if Matt Pat makes a video about your video game, because remember, Matt Pat made a video about Ban Ban, as well as, what was it, Amanda the Adventurer, the demo, not the full release, the demo, and it shot it up in popularity. Like, if he makes a video about your game, and your game gets to have, like, a movie or something, cameo, little reference, little hee-hee, pretty good, you know, pretty old in-game joke, or in-movie joke, to thank him.
What's the fucking game called? Howdy Neighbor or whatever?
Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, that game fucking, that guy's punching the air right now, smoking straight fucking crack, crying in a fucking small little 1-by-1 apartment right now.
Yeah, he just needs to make another game. Hello Neighbors. 2 of them.
Is that real?
No. In other video game
that
news,
was too good.
Well, I mean, if they did make a sequel, they should have called it Hello Neighbors, like they did Aliens. Because they didn't call it Alien 2.
They have to include the full tagline, Hello Neighbors 2. There are 2 of them.
There's 2 guys now. There's 2 neighbors. There's 2 houses. I always like whenever the sequel game gets like multiplayer and the games and like the main characters are the 2 playable characters you play as. I like that kind of shit.
I would love a 2-player game. You know what kind of game I'm looking at? A fighting game. You know what characters I'm looking at?
What?
Elon Musk and Mark fucking Zuckerberg, dude.
I was excited because I would have paid pay-per-view, or at the very least when I saw Creator Clash. Remember that? The YouTuber thing?
Yeah.
So I saw the fight with some people legally. That's all that matters. And we had a good time. And I would have paid money probably for the Elon Musk and Zuck fight.
Oh, I would. Yeah. That could be on Twitter Live or whatever. I'll Facebook Live. I don't give a shit. That dead program.
They probably would have done it Twitter Live. Actually, they would have simulcast it Twitter Live and Facebook Live.
I would love if it was like a Twitter Spaces where we don't see it. We just hear them fucking grunting and slapping each other.
And he gets the classic Zuck and Fuck.
Grab his dick.
Twist his dick.
Oh, dick twist.
But Elon's mom came in, his little mommy. He's like, no, my baby boy's weak. No, he can't do the fight. He's gonna die. And it's like, she's right. she's very right.
Cut to Elon Musk in a black and white fucking like The Bull movie where he's just like in slow-mo getting ready to fight.
But you were describing that you saw videos of Zuck fighting, Zuck talking about fighting, and it was like scary.
Yeah. I saw a video. Okay,
Right.
so context. I don't listen to his fucking show very often at all, but the Joe Rogan, I was interested just to see like what the appeal is, and he did an episode with Mark Zuckerberg. It was like pretty casual, you know. Zuck's not necessarily a fucking alienoid all the time, but then he starts talking about his fucking training with MMA.
Yeah.
And he's listing fucking fighting styles and techniques that I had no idea existed. He's talking about how much he's practiced and shit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if Elon Musk doesn't train enough and he gets in the ring with this fucker, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see like a Mortal Kombat finisher move instantly, and just Elon dies.
Well,
Like his heart just stops beating.
I guess when it came to us understanding Zuck as a guy, we only have weird snippets of his life. But then we found the actual thing he's passionate about, which is fighting, for whatever reason. Like, sure, he's into metaverse stuff and VR stuff, but like he's super into fighting. So Joe Rogan, because you remember, yeah, as you mentioned before, he was on the podcast with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was a MMA fighter announcer. Was he also an MMA fighter, or is he just an
I think he does both. I think he's like known for having like a fucking really crazy kick or some shit.
You get him talking to Zuck, Zuck will actually gush out and feel like a human talking about something he likes, and that thing being fighting.
Oh no, it was actually the cutest thing, because like at first he was like obviously just being corporate about it, but as soon as he started talking about MMA, they're like, oh my god, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah, all the time, we should train together. And like I think they kissed a little bit, played footsies under the table.
Yeah, we can't show that clip because we don't want to get copyright struck, but they did kiss, they did make out, they did have a great time.
They had a great time. We want to emphasize
that
it was good. It was enjoyable on both fronts, by the way.
Consensual between Zuck and Mr. Rogan. Elon Musk is fuming. Elon said, I wanted to get Joe a kiss. But he never got one.
He was watching from the window.
Oh, why
the rain coming down.
Why can't I get a kiss from Joe Rogan?
It's Leonardo DiCaprio and fucking now you see me in Christmas just staring at the window crying. Goes back to the police. Just take me away. Take me away. Take me back to Twitter HQ after we get fucking kicked out of the building.
Speaking of getting kicked out of the building, great transition, lovely transition. You remember the writer strike still going on?
Yeah,
still pretty good. And 1,000 actors sign on to the strike. They said if they don't get their demands, we shall join.
It was a pretty nifty list. I think I saw like fucking Obi-Wan, Ewan.
Yeah, Obi-Wan and Ewan McGregor, Aubrey Plaza, Paul Giamatti.
Just those two.
And 1,000 others.
Me too.
No, they're writing for proper credits, not using AI. There was a recent Black Mirror episode that talked about this, where actors would sign off their digital likeness, and the company would just do whatever they want with the characters. That is scary.
I love that because Disney already did it.
Yeah, and what'd they do it in?
Fucking The Mandalorian, when Luke Skywalker shows up. And it's like that goofy-ass CGI deepfake thing, even though the actor that stood in looked exactly the part.
And even, what was it? There was another actor, General Tarkin. The guy that they got to be under the CGI looked a lot like him anyway. It's just like, just get him. Get the guy playing the CGI character instead of the CGI character. Come on.
I remember when I saw that movie, Rogue One, which is what you're talking about, when they had fucking Princess Leia show up at the last second. And like
the blurriest the faces, the glowiest the faces.
The woman sitting behind me with their daughter was like getting emotional, and she's like, "That's Princess Leia. That's from when I was a kid." Meanwhile, I'm laughing my fucking ass off because it looks like Battlefield 2, like the original mid-2000s Battlefield 2 graphics. It was the goofiest pissing on her grave moment ever. I swear to God.
That's the hard thing about making sequels to your franchise that exist over 40 years. Harrison Ford hates working on franchise films like this. When he was in New World Order, wherever the new Captain America film is, he was quoted as saying recently, "Let's film this piece of shit."
yeah, Anthony Mackie said that. He's like, "Yeah, let's film this piece of shit." They all just like, they're on board.
No, they said, "Let's film this shit." Yeah, but no, he said piece of shit, like awful. Like, I'm just doing this for a paycheck before I get my next film that I actually care about.
Yeah, one for them, one for me, yeah.
And so these actors are signing in to possibly strike as well, which will lead to the destruction and delay of many studio projects. And I love that.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them for not paying their actors correctly, for trying to replace them with AI. Because in a lot of voice actor agreements or whatever, there is which if you're a voice actor listening to us and you get hired for professional works, like SAG-AFTRA works, read your contracts carefully, because in a lot of them we have started to see these AI clauses where it's like, oh, by the way, you can let us use your voice in AI. By the way, it's us. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend that a big reason that they worked with who they worked with was because they were adamant about not allowing that to happen, because it was like an in-between person for a company that does like audiobooks, and they were saying that they would be able to use your voice for AI, like for commercial work and shit, which is like a very slippery slope, you know?
But in terms of independent creators, we got two stories, one big, one small. Where's the small one first? You ready for the small one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Amouranth has made $2,000 from subs and donos and about 10 to 15K in OnlyFans for sleep streams. Like she streams on stream. That is fucking great. I wish imagine this. The JJ cam. You're sleeping, big old booty out, everyone preaching going, yes, yes. He's turning. $20,000.
I tell you these things about me in confidence, Daft, and you just put it out there.
Yeah, you're just doing the streams for no one.
Now people are going to just recognize me on the street based on that. They're just going to see it.
They see like, oh. It's like that exact meme of the guy in the purple suit walking down the street. Like, there goes JJ. There he is. There he is. But no, yeah. I saw some people getting mad at this, going like, "Ooh, these sad men donating."
I don't think anyone watches that stream, and I don't think she starts that stream thinking anything other than the fact that that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
that's like
you know what the fuck?
That's like going into a fucking strip bar and being like, "Oh, look at these fucking pigs." It's like, yeah, you're in a strip bar, dumbass. What do you like? You know, they're not gonna be fucking handing out like fucking cutlery boards.
And it is a very specific type of genre of people that like to watch it. Like how there's a lot of CCTV footage, and also this is something for people in general. You must make sure that your Wi-Fi webcams or whatever have passwords, because it is legally accessible to anyone just to log into your IP address and just watch you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make sure that your cameras are secure and make sure they have fucking passwords on them to actually log in. And some people are into that, and this is the weirdest way, but also consensual, because she's consenting to people watching her. I'll be afraid if like I farted or shitted in bed by any like I had a bunch of Taco Bell the previous day, and then there's like this shit controversy.
You'd wake up to like the most donations you've ever gotten.
It's like, oh my god, But I guess she has moderators and maybe someone manning the computer to make sure that she doesn't say anything. Maybe she has her mic muted during it. Because what if she says
that? Would be very funny if she's like snoring and talking in her sleep and she says like the most heinous shit ever.
It's like, But $10,000 to $15,000 is a lot of money. That is like buying an even better bed. Like,
I can't count that with my fingers.
You ever been to a mattress store and they have those weirdly mechanicalized beds that you press a button, it goes up, it goes down, it heats your bed, it cools your bed? You ever been in one of those?
No.
You gotta try it.
I have not been to Willy Wonka's fucking mattress store. What is that?
Okay. So you can go to any mattress store because they're owned by basically the same 5 people, and they have these $1,000, $2,000 beds. I paid like $300 for my bed with the mattress or whatever. Sorry, what's the base you put it on? The baseboard?
Yeah, so I know what you're talking about. We had to go mattress shopping recently.
But they said like, well, we also got these fancy ones. If you had a bad back, you press a button and like moves up and moves down. And it's like, I have pets. What if they get crushed? That sounds very dangerous. That sounds very no, thank you very much. If I was old and I had a bunch of money, I'd get it. But you also have to replace your bed every 3 to 5 years, I believe it is.
It's between that area.
So imagine spending $2,000 every 3 years minimum because you want to have like a slightly angled back. We can buy like a $10, $20 accessory, like a triangle pillow, put it under your back. It's like, yeah, pretty good.
When you mentioned that, you're talking about the fucking bed going up and down, it immediately reminded me of those fucking like that proof of concept test footages of like beds that would like open up and swallow you if there was an earthquake.
To protect you, I guess.
Yeah, like the fucking bed would like open up in the middle, like during the earthquake, and you would just fall into a fucking metal box. And
that's
like
fucking scary.
Someone pointed out in the comments of one of those posts is like, if that fucking thing just like goes off by like for no reason, like you're not opening that, you're done.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, how much Wi-Fi stuff or how much electronic stuff do you really need? Because like a simple light switch is nice. I can also just tell my light to turn on, turn off. But you also have people with smart locks with Wi-Fi passwords. And it's like, hold on, I don't think we need a toaster that has Wi-Fi. I don't think everything needs it.
Yeah, like that one guy who got his house turned off by Amazon.
That was a wild story.
That was a very interesting fucking story.
And he didn't even say anything. It was just a mishearing because the guy had earbuds in.
Yeah, the guy came up to drop his package off, and he's like, yeah, we're not here right now, right?
Yeah.
And he heard apparently fucking
racism.
The most vile shit ever. And he said, Amazon, turn this guy's house off.
Amazon, turn it. That one clip
like
of
Iron Man talking to fucking Jarvis.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the meme of low tier god spinning his finger in the air. It's like, mods, kill this guy's family.
Ah, yes, that too.
But in terms of the other, because remember how I said we're flashing back. This is called a reference. Ooh. The two big stories, one big, one small. You remember Miranda Sings? Remember her?
I knew who she is only based off of the fucking YouTube rewinds that she would show up in, because apparently she was like the shit.
Before we get into that, I'm gonna take a break. I'm getting tired talking. Break. And we're back.
Oh,
we got back from the Grimace
oh
Shake.
God! Good thing I had my fucking title card repelling on me. Jesus Christ, that break went on for fucking forever, man. Jeez.
But now let's get into this. It's what's the best way to put it? You know, mainstream YouTubers, like the YouTubers that have 25 million, 30 million, or like 10 million subs, but you've never heard of them, but you see a lot of people talking about them.
Yeah.
That's who Miranda Sings is to me. I'm like,
I didn't watch the videos on that because I just admittedly, I mean, obviously I care, but I don't. What's the story there?
Yeah, there's proof, substantial proof, so substantial that she has lawyers, and so does the victims.
Ooh, that's the worst kind of proof.
The most proof. And so her video starts off with her saying, "My lawyers advised me not to speak about this," and I was like, "Yeah, they're smart because they went to lawyer school." And she says, well, they didn't say nothing about singing. And it's like, fuck, you fucking got those lawyers there. Singing does not equal talk, except if you read the lyrics out loud or lyrics she says. She's like, oh, this still counts as talking when you read them out loud. Miss.
Yeah, no, her lawyers are committing seppuku right now.
Anyway, do you want to get into some questions?
Yeah, let's scratch our brains, guys. What's up?
Awesome. An internet user 1. The first internet user ever created. Can you imagine that?
That is
they're in their 50s.
You really gotta.
That's pretty cool.
Why are you watching this, man?
They invented the internet in the 80s.
Have a kid. Start a life.
They already have kids. They already graduated. They already have rap careers. They're doing pretty cool. This guy's got a cool life. Internet user 1. Wow. Favorite movie from 1995. Favorite movie. Quick, go.
That is so fucking specific. I don't know a movie in 1990. Give me a fucking 1995 specifically.
I'll give you one. The Goofy movie. That's 1995.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. I looked it up before.
That's okay. That is a pretty good movie. I'm sure there are ones that I like more than this, but Casino is a really fucking good movie. Yeah, I love Casino. Have you seen that with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci?
What's it about? Tell me specifically.
So it's about these two guys that are fucking mobsters from the east side of the.
They're mobsters. They're fucking mobsters.
Technically both.
Oh, cool. Okay, go on.
But they're from the east side or whatever, and they get brought over to the fucking Cali, I think, or somewhere, wherever it is. Mm-hmm. And this is based off a true story where they pretty much start a casino. They just have to run it for the other, for the big mob bosses or whatever. But as they get into it, they start splitting off, doing their own things. But I'm not gonna say more than that. But there's a scene in the movie to start off the movie where the main character, it's like literally the first scene. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
The main character gets in a car, starts the engine, and fucking it explodes.
Whoa, mobsters have never done that before.
I know, it's crazy. It's really revolutionizing assassinations. But if you watch the movie now, because obviously it was made for screens that weren't going to capture this, or that you weren't going to like pinch your eyes and look at the screen.
Yeah.
You can see where it cuts to a goofy ass little fucking Robert De Niro dummy that looks nothing like him, and then it's like right as the explosion starts. It's funny. Every time I see the movie, that's the first thing I do. I turn on the movie, I get off wherever I am, and just walk to the TV. Just wait for it to happen so I can see it, then go back down and enjoy it.
I found the image that he's referring to. We're gonna change it to the dummy. It's very clear. It looks like they changed the lighting as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole thing is wrong. I think they shot it, like, obviously they switched them out, and by that point the sun had already moved. So it's just completely wrong.
Well, I've noticed, not that specifically, but I've been rewatching the Law & Order SVU series, starting from 1999. I haven't done that before, and it's on Hulu. They filmed it in widescreen. And it's like, what? Widescreen? On film? Really? It looks so good.
I need to check that out. I haven't watched SVU.
The early seasons are grainy as fuck because they probably use the cheapest of film stock. But like,
yeah.
Wow, it's an HD and widescreen? That's amazing.
Yeah, shows from the 90s age really well because they just I mean, obviously not the content always, but like a lot of it's shot on film. Like even the first few episodes of Breaking Bad was on film.
And so for the Goofy movie, very unrelated to Law & Order SVU, is about a kid going to college, or wanting to go to college or something. No, that's the second movie. What's the first movie about again? Oh, it's just a cross-country road trip.
Yeah.
To do some fishing or whatever. And Maxie, he wants to go to a concert. And so he tricks his dad. So halfway through, they accidentally go to the concert. They learn some life lessons. It's a very cute movie. It's nice. Shot on film. They're real people, not animated. They just kind of look like that.
Crazy how that happened. Those guys are fucking anomalies. They're probably dead. Probably didn't live past the age of 40, I would imagine. I don't think you can be shaped like that and live an actual peaceful, fulfilling life.
Goofy's still holding along. Max died immediately.
I think Max was fucking of mice and men outside the studio after they stopped filming.
Yeah, they said,
I think they just felt bad.
Everyone likes Goofy. If we do a sequel, we'll just get a guy who looks like you. We're just going to kill you right now.
That was the conversation. Yeah, it's crazy. And they asked him to sign this if they could use his likeness for AI.
Yeah, and this is
well ahead of the curve. Really ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
It's actually a misprint. And if you read the very specific terminology, they just said we can use your likeness for AI. But if you look closely, it says Al. Your likeness for Al. It's a guy named Al who really likes Max.
Hell yeah. Fuck Al. Yeah, big Al.
Cow liver. What was the seminal... that's a college word right there. What is the seminal moment in your life which brought you down the path of content creation? Do you know that word seminal?
I know the word seminal, dick. What's seminal mean? I'm kidding. All right, so
okay. Strongly influencing later developments.
I know what it means. I was joshing you, all right, but thank you. Seminal moment that got me into content creation. I guess it goes way back, dude. I mean, like when I was fucking like 8, I think I found YouTube and I saw like Fred and Nostalgia Critic, and I fell in love with the whole thing. I loved it from the beginning. So yeah, I'm not afraid to admit it. I watched fucking Nostalgia Critic, AVG, and I watched all those bastards as a kid. I don't give a fuck.
All right? I did too. It's fine. You're among
it's
men.
Classic shit.
You're among mice and men.
We're just men.
We're just men.
We're just men.
It's unfortunate that they say the exact same thing. Yeah, I watched a lot of Nostalgia Critic, more so AVGN, because when I found out that AVGN actually went to film school and actually pursued filmmaking as an early career, it's like, oh, I like his creative work. I like his ethic. I like that he elevated reviews past the guy getting mad to the guy getting mad, both different camera angles, props, sets. It's like, wow, that's fucking great right there. But not too much like Linkara.
I just remembered what the major turning point for me was, and this is a big reference that not a lot of you might know. Did you ever watch Stupid Mario Brothers?
Yeah.
Oh my lord, that changed my life. I'm not kidding, dude. We started filming videos on the iPod Nano after that with my friends, and that was literally
the iPod
that's where
Nano.
I started. That's where I started, and yeah, we didn't know how to edit, so we just do one-shot things. And whenever we had to cut from scenes, we'd just cover the camera with our hand and run over to it and be like, "Shh, go." It was the funniest shit, dude.
A lot of people still
I thought it was
way.
Really.
Yeah, they cover the camera really quickly to go shh, because I know some people film and edit on their iPhones because they're too good for pirating or using DaVinci Resolve, which is a free program for editing on your PC or Mac. Use it, it's great.
Yeah, that's what I used when I started.
Next question. Great question. Mama Dev 7687. That's a lot of Mama Devs. Opinions on Garten on Batman? Mostly from JJ, so I can't really speak, so it's mainly you.
Oh. Okay, yeah, thank you so much for passing me that.
Passing to the buck. Your favorite game?
Big fan. I am a big fan of the game. I love when they garden, and I love when they kill the monsters because they're evil, and I love the kids that are haunting the place or are kidnapped. I love that so much, and I love the character with the arms and the legs and like the scary face that looks like a kid drew it, but it's not. It's meant to be creepy.
Honestly,
was that close?
When I watched the MatPat video explaining the lore, so I played all 3 of the games.
Oh my lord!
You basically described the plot. Not in detail, but like. Yeah,
I can shit it out, dude. That's what they did. They fucking just, threw fucking darts at a board with words on it and put it together.
But I guess you have to wait till when I make a video on it.
Dun, dun, dun.
I find it interesting, at the very least from a producing standpoint and the behind-the-scenes standpoint. We'll get into that later. What's more important, Dat Rock Guy 2345. What superheroes would you put on a D-listers version of the Justice League?
Okay. I guess like let's keep it to like a team of 5. 3 guys, 2 girls, because I don't like women. I'm trying to think of members that haven't been on the league, but like every motherfucker has been on the league, so that's definitely.
Well, the issue with having a lot of D-list superheroes is you can kind of just pick anyone, but what really is a D-list superhero to you? Okay.
I would, let me think. Who would be like the main macho man, the main cheese, the big cheese? Let's say Metamorpho. I think that's his name, or Element Man, whichever the ones you want to call him.
Yeah, he's Metamorpho.
Yeah, he's both. He works for both. Just put him in there as the fucking main guy, big old cheese. I would love to see Dead Man. He's a really underused character. He's usually in the Dark League or whatever the fuck, but he's just fucking epic. Jeez.
I would say
D-list characters, yeah.
I wish the Phantom Stranger was used more often in major properties.
Yeah, but he's fucking broken, dude. He's like Guy. It doesn't work. You can't throw him in there. Then he just snap his fingers and it's over. There,
but if they ever did a Justice League Dark, which they did try to do that, remember they tried to do Justice League Dark with the magical and cosmic kind of stuff. But I feel like a lot of what's the best way to put it? So remember how Sony owns a lot of Spider-Man characters in the Spider-Man universe? They own the theatrical movie game license, everything. And you read the list of like 1,000 characters, and most of them suck ass. Like, most of them are just shit, complete awful that no one likes to use, that they just had to make it for the Bronze Age. So like, hey, this is Batman's new friend, Quasi-Man. He can duplicate into 4 people. And Batman has to keep on a straight face and go like, yeah, that's my friend. And then they never use him again ever. Those are the kind of characters we're kind of dealing with for D-listers.
Got it. I have my team. Team. It's going to be, and I'm changing it up, it's Metamorpho, Ralph Dibny, the Elongated Man, who's one of my fucking favorites, which I hate to admit he's a D-lister, but he's on there. Fire and Ice, and we'll just put Matter Eating Lad to be safe.
Yeah, I think Matter Eating Lad is pretty good. You know what? Steel. Steel's pretty good.
We disagree to that? You're not going to come up with a team?
Yeah. I mean, Vixen. She's very underused in the universe.
I could see like Vixen and Animal Man being together. That'd be pretty interesting. I'm sure they've done it a million times, but still.
We can probably find some. What's the best way to put it? Again, I'm looking at a list of like superheroes that were on the Justice League ones, and then I'm gonna read some. Nucleon, Triumph, Ice Maiden.
Oh, these are the classics you're bringing up.
Oh, you know what? The Wonder Twins. Do something with them. Why not? They're created for the Super Friends. Put them in there.
That would be cool. Yeah. They tried making them cool recently, so fuck it, put them on.
Okay, anyway, next question that we can like accurately talk about more so often. Lonely Homegirl. Any underrated shows you guys think need to be more popular?
Underrated shows.
Let's go with new shows. Anything released between 2020 and 2023.
Why don't you take this one first? I'm gonna need a second to ponder.
Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Well, I haven't seen that. Is that good? I mean,
yes, it is so good. It becomes what's the best way to put it? It is a above average show with great visuals and okay engaging story that if you ever talk about on YouTube, it gets tanked in the search results. Ooh. That's how good it is. It's not great. It's very good.
A show I got into a bit late because I think it came out a while ago and I just didn't have Apple TV. Yeah. So I didn't give a fuck for it. But Severance is really fucking good. I just finished that a while ago.
You know what? I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. I just seen I'll show up on the screen right now. The image of the guy with his head open and there's a guy working in his head.
Yeah. That's fucking. I hated that. But
is it sci-fi?
It's it's sci-fi, but it's mostly drama. The whole point of it is like it's like drama thriller.
Oh.
And it also does a lot of horror too. It's really fucking good. It's a great mix of all the 4 of them, and it's also a comedy somehow. It somehow mixes it all really well. It's really fucking good. Really good. I recommend it to anyone.
So we got 2 good shows. We got an Apple TV show, which requires you to buy Apple TV. You know what? It's the cheapest streaming service. They got some good quality shows like the Snoopy Show, the Peanut Specials. They got some new ones. Did you know that?
I would know that because I bought the Apple TV thing because that's the only way I could have watched Severance.
Did you know about the Snoopy Show?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know.
And Moon Girls on Disney Plus. The first season's out. There is a confirmed second season, and there will be more episodes. So I'm glad that I can recommend a fucking streaming cartoon and confirm, yes, there are more episodes. Yeah. Not just one season, guys. We're getting more.
We won.
But you know who didn't win?
Who?
The audience, because this episode's got closed. Good night, everybody.
Good night.